the Xbox One, the Wii U, the Ouya. That might be a stretch, but there has been a slew of bad consoles in every single console generation, even the Switch too, because if we're being honest, that console ain't got no games but like Donkey Kong. But all those consoles I just listed, I can say for sure have been worse than the PS5 overall. I'm not trying to play the whole contrarian gimmick. I actually do believe the PS5 has had some really good games since its release, but nobody has played them or even cares about them. Obviously, not compared to the PS4, because I know a lot of people probably have the PS4 as like their favorite console ever, which I respect, not for me personally. So I can understand why a lot of gamers feel that way. But if you actually look at the last 6 years since the PS5 has launched, we have gotten some absolute gems from this generation. What's good, YouTube? It's NoWayJeric, and I'm back with another video on the channel. And today we're going to be talking about the PS5's game library and how good I think the console really is. But before we get into that, hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, sub to the channel, hit that notification bell if you want more videos, if you want to get notified for more videos. Hey man, we back, you know what I'm saying? We back making more bangers. We've been dropping almost every single day on TikTok, IG, all that, etc. So if you like the video, show some support over there. I would greatly appreciate it. But to answer that question previously, I don't think the console itself is that good. I know that sounds hypocritical, but listen, hear me out. The console launched without themes, bro. Like, that might sound crazy to some of y'all, but growing up for me, playing the PS2, playing the PS3, and the themes that the PS3 had back in the day, or the legendary startup music for the PS2, all of those little things for a console, like, that made the console still incredible to this day. Like, it was still revolutionary. It was still so innovative for its time, for having those little quirky things that the console had. Even with the PS4 home theme, I feel like it's definitely nostalgia, but people love the menu music for the PS4. Like, I always see videos on my TikTok, Twitter of people just saying, I fall asleep to this music every night. Like, the PS4, hey, shout out them for that menu music. But I don't think the PS5 did anything special for a new console. I mean, they added like share screens, I guess. I don't know. That's it. Like, comment down below if I'm missing something. But bro, the controller for the PS5, the new one that came out a few years ago, the DualSense Edge, was more revolutionary and innovating for the console than the damn PS5 was. Like, I definitely sympathize with the sentiment on the PS5 being worthless in that aspect, because this console really does feel like filler. Like, it didn't push the needle. It really didn't push the needle that we thought it was gonna be back in 2020 when it dropped. In addition to that point though, I don't think the PS4 like did anything like that either. Like, I think them adding share plays was really cool, but other than that, like, the PS4 wasn't that innovative either, if we're keeping it a buck. The controller for the PS4 was amazing. Like, for shooters, the controller was the PS4 controller is criminally underrated. But other than that, goddamn, what did the PS4 do? Like, maybe I'm tripping. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but what did the PS4 do? You know what? Now that I'm talking about it, has PlayStation been like that stale and complacent since the PS3? I might have just come to a realization mid-video, because what the fuck have they been doing since the PS3? Somebody please, like I said, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, because this is off the dome. I can't name that many revolutionary features Sony has gave us in the past 2 generations. I understand the PS4, great library. I think some of us, like I said, are blinded by nostalgia from the menu music. We were happy during that time in the PS4, Fortnite, GTA 5, all that, 2K17, 2K16, like the first party, third party games, it was a different time for gaming. Like, it wasn't totally live service yet, like going full on throttle with that. So I understand what people will feel more, rose tinted glasses about that era. But what did the PS4 do? Like, they added share plays, the controller was good, but what did they do in specific that other than like the game library that I was like, oh my god, the PS4, like, they went crazy. The library they have, which we'll get into later, was absolutely incredible. But what did they do console-wise? I think that's what I'm trying to like figure out. Console-wise, what did the PS4 do specifically? I butchered the fuck out of specifically, but anyways though, from the PS1 to the PS4, the libraries in terms of, like I said, first party and third party games did not miss. The PS4, I'll admit, like, the PS4 is probably in my top 5 consoles ever, maybe outside of the top 5. But the PS4, my nigga, does have one of the best libraries we've ever seen for a console. And that's why the PS4 will always have the upper hand above the PS5. People went out and bought PS4s to play Bloodborne, to play The Last of Us, Spider-Man, etc. God of War 2018, like Horizon. But I'm going to play devil's advocate. I think the PS5 has really great games as well. Sorrows and Returnal are some of the best third-person action shooter, roguelites, whatever you want to call it, games ever, in my opinion. Like, Sorrows is one of my favorite games of this year, top 5 for sure, and Returnal is one of the best games in 2021. Both games are fucking amazing. Astro Bot just got Game of the Year in 2024. Granted, it was kind of a weak year, but they still did it. Like, they beat out Wukong, they beat out Shout Out to Erdtree, and everybody who played it, like, for the most part, it seems like they praised it. I don't really hear people bash on Astro Bot for being a bad game or whatever. People, you know what I'm saying, they praise that game. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Demon Souls remake. There has been a solid run of games on the PS5, but I think most of y'all have not played it or even heard of these games, and that's because of where the gaming landscape has shifted. I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but live service, people spending $100 on 2K, Madden, COD, and GTA 6. We see it on the store. The PlayStation Store went from being one of the best unique stores with a bunch of shit you could buy, avatars, themes, and now you go on the store and now it's depressing going on that shit because all you see is microtransactions. You go on the PS5 store right now, you're gonna see GTA, you're gonna see 2K, you're gonna see COD, Madden, FIFA, and just microtransactions, DLCs, stubs, VC. Like it is the most depressing, dystopian shit because really a lot of the shit you see on there, like you already saw Sony in physical games. A lot of the shit you see on a PlayStation Store, you will not fully own. Like it's just digital, currency. Like it's crazy, and they can take it whenever they want. In conclusion, though, I think if more PS5 gamers would open their horizons just a little bit, you would find that the PS5 actually has a solid collection of titles in this generation, not just first party or third party, but I'll concede the console not being the best. It's a weaker console compared to the PS4 or PS3. I don't understand how the PS5 still has online issues to this day. I know that's more on the Sony side of with their servers, but the PS5 servers going down recently. The parties, I've been joining PlayStation parties with my boys. The parties, they're still slow, they're still unresponsive. You can't even play 2K26 and go on, your console and press the home button because they'll just kick you out. That's more of a game issue, I think. But the Sony infrastructure, the Sony UI just feels bland. It feels dull. It feels soulless. It doesn't have that feel it had back on the PS3 with the themes and the avatars on the PS4. It just feels like this is a filler console. There wasn't really a big change, a big revolutionary, oomph. That was oh yeah, we're gonna remember the PS5 for this specific feature. We're not gonna the PS6 is probably gonna have AI story mode, helper mode, where you can have an AI beat a boss for you in Elden Ring if you can't beat it. That the PS6 might be remembered just off of that alone, but the PS5 never had that. I would give the console, like I said, a 5 or 6 out of 10 so far. Who knows? Maybe in the future, when there's more great games coming, they'll have more great titles and more features by the end of the PS5. But maybe at that point it'll be too late, and we're already moved on to PC because, Sony, PlayStation, they've been on complete bullshit. Starting really when the PS5 first launched, but recently this year alone, they had just been doing the most dumb bullshit, scummy shit with the digital media and, any physical media. PlayStation and Sony are no longer in people's good graces. There are still a lot of Sony, I would say it's 50-50. I would say there's people who aren't fans of Sony right now and are looking to buy a PC and looking to stand up against Sony. But there still are a lot of Sony ponies who don't give a fuck what happens with Sony, with PlayStation. They're just here to play games with their boys. They're here to buy Wolverine, GTA. They don't really care. I would say it's mostly Sony ponies, actually. It's not 50-50. It's mostly people who don't give a fuck about, what's going on. GTA 6 might come out. It'd be the best game ever, most sold game ever. And people will say people will look back on the PS5 and be like, oh yeah, that's the console that had GTA 6, the greatest game, ever. That might be a conversation in 30 years. Who knows? But like I said, Sony's been on complete bullshit this generation. Maybe I'm just coping about PlayStation 5 being better when the console is nearing the end of its lifespan. Maybe I'm just coping. Maybe I just love Sony as much too, but I can't lie, they have been on complete bullshit. But hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, sub to the channel if you haven't. Hit the notification to stay up to date with all my videos. Like I said, I've been posting everywhere. I've been trying to post I have been posting every single day on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, YouTube Shorts. Again, that's been going crazy. That's the method. If you're a content creator coming up, YouTube Shorts, I mean, I've been getting views on there. I've been getting subs on there. That's the method right now. I've been using that. And yeah, the shorts is where it's at. If you want to see more of my content, you know what I'm saying? Not just my full videos, but more aspects of me, of my channel. Sub or hit the follow button on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. And I'm on there daily. I'm gonna try to post like literally every single day on there nonstop, because you know what I'm saying, that's where the game's at right now. But hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, comment down below what changes you want to see for the PS5, and what's your favorite Sony console ever. I would like to know what y'all's favorite. But hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all the love and support. Y'all have a great day, man. I keep repeating myself, but y'all have a great day. Appreciate y'all.